Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is part 3 of this unboxing. We're gonna do what's inside this bag. It's gonna be a bunch of things. So let's get into it. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is a very interesting spec comic that is very under the radar. This is the Comic Reader, and it's a kind of like independent magazine. You can see. But yeah, this was printed in April of 1977. Let me see if I can open it. Can I open it? Oh, actually, I think it's... Wow. Oh my goodness. I can't even open it because it's an original sealed bag. Wow. That's interesting. Okay, well, that's very frustrating, but because I can't show what's inside. But it is very cool to have it in its original sealed bag. This is the Comic Reader. It would have been mailed like this, basically. And this is the first appearance of Star Wars in comics. This actually appeared before Star Wars #1. So it's just a weird, obscure first appearance that not many people know about. Somebody told me about it. I think it was Lyle. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. So I picked it up, the Comic Reader. And it's not that expensive. It's like one where not many people realize what it is. So you can pick it up affordably. What you want to look for is this Hawkman cover, and it's number 142. So the Comic Reader number 142. So very interesting little spec. Okay, that's very interesting. And all right. Then we get into some Golden Age. I paid $40 for this. So it's a nice Golden Age book. And it's in reasonable grade. Not super high grade, but it is a cute one. This is Georgie, number 11. And this is another one of these Marvel, like, good girl art comics. So you got Georgie. Some of the male titles would be Georgie. They would have a whole bunch of different ones like Tessie the Typist and Nellie the Nurse and all that. And then Georgie was another title that they had. This is a really cute one. I'm playing ping pong and she's not even trying, and she's totally beating him. So really cool. So if you like ping pong covers, so that's the book for you. Okay, this next one is an interesting spec. Again, another spec, the spec comic. Not really the Star Wars one being a spec, but it is a hidden, one that is maybe not known by people. But this one is a character that has become sort of popular. And it's a modern character. Let's see if I can get these in the proper order. And it's X-23. I think she becomes later the Honey Badger. So this is X-23 number 4. X-23 number 3. I think that's her in the, kind of like in the Honey Badger suit, I think. And then we got X-23 number 5. And then we have number 25, all new Wolverine number 25. And one of these is actually the first appearance of Honey Badger. I think it's 25 is the first appearance, and then we got 28 as well. Her first appearance is usually denoted as something else, but this is where she becomes Honey Badger in one of these. I forget which one. But I found it as a set, so I picked it up. It was a pretty affordable set, so I thought, hey, why not? But yeah, so it's like the first appearance. One of these, I believe it's 25, is the first appearance of the honey badger, or where X-23 becomes honey badger, I believe. Check it out. Always double check. I'm pretty sure that's the right issue though. Okay, looks like here I gotta put the tape back on. Okay, so I'll put that there. Okay, what is this next one? Oh, okay, this is, I don't know why they don't, like, I get these major books, and for some reason, people don't believe in bagging and boarding them. I don't know, it's the craziest thing. So this is Greed, I believe number 4, or number 6, Greed number 6. And this has got the flaming carrot on the cover, but that's not the significance about this book. It is actually the first appearance of another one of these, like, indie titles. Let's see if I can find it. I'd have to flip through a few times. So there was a bunch of indie titles like Love and Rockets and 8-Ball, and this one has another one that's interesting. Is it this one? Where is it? Hopefully I can find it. I don't see it. One sec here. It's somewhere in here. Oh, yes, here it is. I was like, oh, hopefully this is the right one. It's the first appearance of Milk and Cheese. So this is the first, this is like these underground or independent comics. Milk and Cheese was another one of these ones that was semi-popular in the 80s and 90s. This is from, when is this from? Does it say? One sec here. This is from, doesn't say. Of course it doesn't say. That's very odd. Why doesn't it say? Oh, 1988. So Milk and Cheese, the first appearance of Milk and Cheese, Greed number 8, number 6. I'll show you the back as well. So the first appearance of Milk and Cheese. I like these weird underground comic characters. And then we get a bit, like, no comic. This is the invisible variant. I don't know why there's an empty comic in here. I think it was just maybe with the Milk and Cheese one. And then another one that's interesting. It almost looks like, I can't believe this is the actual cover. It's really very odd. Is Super Magician Comics. And this is volume 3, number 4. I collect Super Magician. Some of the covers are better than others, but this one is kind of weak in a way. It looks something about it. It doesn't look quite right. Like the colorist just randomly threw the color on or something. Looks a little bit off. Like if you see the way the brick is done, just like the color is like not in the right spot. So just a really interesting. But this is from August of 1944. Super Magician Comics. And yeah. Okay, and then next one. Oh, another bag and board. Okay. Hopefully I can get this one out easily. Nope. Oh, wow, okay, this one's a good one. I wish I had the other one handy. So this one's a really cool cover. This was a pricey book. You can see actually on it. So this is My Secret Marriage, and you can see I talked him down a little bit, but it's like over $100. My Secret Marriage, and these are just, I always like these ones. There's a similar one that I have, which is Love and Marriage, where it's got this girl and the guy's peeping through, and she's kind of, I think she knows that he's looking at her, and she's kind of, yeah, doing almost the come hither look to her. So yeah, so it's just a really interesting one. My Secret Marriage. And these were produced by Superior Comics. and which was a Canadian publisher, who was kind of an interesting publisher. They would actually do something that was kind of forbidden by Canadian publishers. There was a trade embargo between Canada and the United States during the 40s and early 50s, and Superior ignored it and actually would sell comics not only in Canada, but sell comics to the United States as well. And yeah, they just didn't care. But once that trade embargo ended, their company didn't last much longer. Once there was a flood of American comics into Canada, they just couldn't keep up. But they produced a lot of really interesting pre-code horror and romance titles. So this is my secret marriage. Okay, as I was mentioning earlier, I was collecting a bunch of Marvel-related Good Girl art comics. Well, one of the ones that I like is Nellie the Nurse. This is Nellie the Nurse number 8. Got this guy being operated on, or not operated on, but put in bandages, and the doctor is checking out Nellie the Nurse, and she's looking quite cute. So yeah, this is Nellie the Nurse number 8. And some loose piece inside. Then we got one more Nellie the Nurse. Nellie the Nurse number 15. This is like her doing her Holland outfit with the wooden shoes and tulips. But yeah, Nellie, I asked if we could go out on a Dutch, if you could go out Dutch with me, but I think you've misunderstood. So a Dutch date is where both people pay for the date. But she dressed as a Dutch girl, so that's kind of funny. And then another one that I really like this cover. I've been kind of watching this one for a while. Is My Friend Irma. And this is a really great one. You know, I always wondered if this would work as a kid. You got like, you're holding the magnet and it's like pulling the skates. It's making you go for it. So yeah, it's just a really great Good Girl art cover. So My Friend Irma, number 39. And My Friend Irma was based on a radio show. You can see it at the top. The famous CBS radio, television and radio Laugh Riot. My Friend Irma. It's just a fun book one. And then we have another Infinity cover. I've been collecting Infinity covers. This one's an interesting one. This is Kitty Crepes? Kitty Capers. Kitty Capers. I'm reading it backwards, so bear with me. So Kitty Capers, and then it's, you can see the Infinity cover. It's not a great Infinity cover because it's kind of barely there, but it is an Infinity cover. It's repeated right there. And you got these little bug-like characters too. It's interesting. So this is kind of a nice copy, actually, quite solid looking. So Kitty Capers, number 1. And let's see what else is in here. This one is 2 books put together. Or maybe it's just 1 book. Okay. Got a whole bunch of pull tabs. One sec. Okay. How are we doing for time? Okay, good. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, so I've been picking up just various Good Girl art comics. And I thought that this one somehow, I don't know, it appealed to me. Not sure necessarily why, but it just did. I don't know. There's nothing special about it. But this is War Romances number 11. I just thought it was a nice cover. This is a pure cover buy. It wasn't that expensive. And I thought it presented really nicely. So this is War Romances, True War Romances number 11. I don't know who did the cover, but it is a nice one. It's in really great shape too. You can see that's a really high grade. Little bit of a, maybe it's like I would say like a 5.0 kind of level. Not super high grade, but reasonable grade. Okay, now the next one. Okay, I'll just take it out because it's kind of weird how it's put in here. Let's see. It's like a bunch of books. I'm not sure what these are. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. So this is another little set of books with Adam Hughes covers. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. So this is Pandora, number 0. I believe, I'm not sure if this one's Adam Hughes or not, but it is Good Girl art cover. But I bought it for as a set. So there, and then there was Chassis. I'm not sure who did this one. Rick Butler Jr. I thought this was a really sweet cover too. But the reason I bought it, this set, was for this one. Chassis number 1, which is an Adam Hughes cover. Which is a really nice Adam Hughes cover. The whole set of 3 books was, I think, like less than $10 shipped. So, really cheap. But I thought this was a nice Adam Hughes cover. So I thought, hey, why not pick those up? Okay. I have to rebag these because it's bagged really oddly. Okay, and that's it for this unboxing. Bit of a smaller unboxing, but some cool things. Hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye for now.